Take me in the fucker tonight. Throw me on the bed and have your way with me. Anyway, speaking of taking it raw, um, I really don't have. Well, I don't. I shouldn't say I don't have anything to talk about because I do have stuff to talk about. I'm just not in the mood to talk about it, which is a far, far, far bigger difference. But oh, I don't even know where to begin because there's two things I want to talk about. I don't know if I should make two clips. I probably should. I probably should make two clips. Um, actually, let me talk. Let me. Let me talk about my life shit. Let's get that out of the way first, because that's just been bugging the fuck out of me. Well, since my last clip, oh, see, I don't want to have to go into all that. Anyways, let me give you just a quick recap. So, my local pizza place decided they were going to change their website around, and I buy all the stuff through the website because, you know, I like having the menu right there. I like seeing what it is, what, it comes with this, it comes with that. I want this, the sauce, and I put it all together, and it's like, oh, it's $37.50. Well, if I kick it down a couple extra dollars and get rid of this, I can get rid of that. I like to see it, and plus I hate using the phone, and it's just trying to get an order out over the phone. It irritates me. I like the web serve. I like the web order. Well, like I said, they changed over the web order bullshit. And as a result, they had about 2 months worth of my orders, which I know for a fact that most of them came out because I saw them in the pre-authorization on my bank account, and apparently not. Anyways, so on the 4th of October, they decided, oh, we're going to take out all these fucking orders all at one time. I was not expecting to have almost $200 taken out of my account immediately, for no reason. But, okay, whatever. It happened. Whatever. So, essentially for the entire month of October, my entire bank account was just fucked. Okay, that was the intro to the month. That was on the 4th. I found that on the 6th. So, we're talking October 6th. This is October 31st. Thank the Christ. Whatever. So, my whole month has been fucked. Um, Now I wanted to get Luigi's Mansion for 3DS because it was Halloween, and I wanted that. I wanted to get Red Dead Redemption because why the fuck not? It's like the best game ever. But whatever. So needless to say, as I choked to death, needless to say, everything was completely fucked. And not to mention, I had limited funds. Now, thankfully, I had the money for food set apart. That was completely different. That's, it is what it is. So, I was able to go on the 17th with about $90 to get some food for the month. Or rest of the month, I should say. And for some fucking reason, don't know why, I had a game plan when I went in there. I had a list in my head, but somehow my list in my head and my shopping cart did not match up. And well, they had a good price on chicken, they had a good price on hamburger, and I didn't have hamburger or chicken on my list. So needless to say, I ended up overspending. And again, I overspent like $30. I had like $92. This thing came like $127. Actually, it's more than that. It's almost $40, whatever it was. No, it's $27. Excuse me, $127. Or no, wait, whatever. Who gives a fuck? It was over. It doesn't matter. So I had to put some stuff back, which was just completely embarrassing. But whatever. Now, again, if my bank account hadn't been fucked over, I would have had a couple bucks in there. I would have had plenty. It would have been fine. It wouldn't have been a problem. But it was a problem. So, anyways, let's move forward. As a direct result of not having enough money, I didn't purchase my or I didn't pay for it, rather. Everything got paid for except the electric. Now, it was only $35, but it's still $35. Now, it's going to be like $80 this month because you got last month and this month. So even if it was like double, that's $70. It's gonna be at least $70, which is just bullshit. But whatever. Anyways, so what was it like 4 days ago? Sometime last week. I'm getting toward the end of the month, and I'm like, okay, we reset everything. I have to pay my electric bill when I get the money because I'm not going to the store until the 2nd because it's just I don't have a way to get there. So 17th came and went. I had no money because of the shit that happened earlier, a week and a half before that. So, like I said, I had no way to pay the fucking electric bill. So I had to wait until the 2nd, which is, what, Friday. This is when, it's actually the 31st, so yeah, it's Wednesday. So I have to wait 2 more days before I can actually pay my electric from last month and then now this current month. And sometime, like last week, I want to say, maybe Friday? Last week? Whatever. We're getting toward the end of the month, and I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, I didn't even want to look at my bank account, because I had like $3 in my bank account. I had about $3 left in my bank account. Because when I went to, see what happened, and I talked about this in one of the other clips. What happened is when I went to the grocery store and I was over, I had them put some stuff back, and I was still about $7 over. So, because what happened was I had an extra 20, and I had the extra 20, so when I go to Burger King, because I used to get lunch and dinner, a couple sandwiches for lunch and a couple sandwiches for dinner. It's just what I do. I'm a sloth glutton. I get it. Whatever. Well, I had to take $7 out of the son of a bitch, and I was like, well, shit, because then it completely ruined lunch and dinner. Just because. And when I went to Burger King, I actually was a couple dollars over, which I knew. I purposely planned that because I knew how much I had. I had about $9 because, well, actually, what happened? Amazon funded me like $2 or $3. I had $6 in there, and they funded me, I think, like $3. Whatever. I had like $9 and something. So I went over, I think, like $4 extra, which was fine. I had the money. Whatever. At the end of the month, I had like it's the end of the month right now, but when I got all said and done on the 17th, I had about $3 and something left. And I didn't want to look because I didn't know if something came out. I mean, there could have been any number of things like comic subscriptions, like, oh, it's got to renew, which I have those set on not renew for exact reasons like this. But you never know. Something could happen. Or the pizza place is like, oh yeah, there's another fucking bit, another thing that didn't come out, whatever. You don't want to be you don't want your bank account $3. Let's just put it that way. I remember Graham would get all uppity if her bank account was under like 1,000. I'm like, Jesus, Graham, I'd be happy if I had like $10 in my fucking account. You're all hot to trot that it's like $987. Like, oh, gotta get those extra, $3 in there, or $13 in there. I mean, whatever. So I didn't want to look at it, and because again, if I look at it and it overcharged, there's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I can do about it until Friday. Nothing. Nothing I can do about it till the 2nd. And if it is, I mean, it was fine by the 17th. I knew that. But what happens is if it overdraws, then the bank charged you like, I don't know, $10 a day or something. That's 10, 20, 30, 40. I mean, it could have been like $200 by the time we got to the end of the month. And that would have, don't even get me started, that would have fucked me completely over. Like, completely rear-ended me forever. Anyways. So, like I said, I had about $3. Now, I checked my bank account, was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. I was like, alright, it's time to look. Just to make sure we're good. because there's nothing I can do about it today, which is the 31st. And if it's over, I'll worry about it for a day and a half, but then, or 2 days, whatever, and then it's like whatever. So I looked, and I go and I put in my account information, and then I put in my password, and it doesn't want to go through. It's one of those things where it's like, oh, please change your password, which I fucking hate. I fucking hate that. I hate that with a passion, because it's like I remember the password, and I have to like write this shit down because I will completely forget. And I've started running out of variations of my password that I can remember. Anyways, just for the record, I actually went back to like one of my original passwords, because I tried to do one that I could remember, like I said, and it's like, well, you can't do one that you did like your past four passwords, and I was like, fuck you. Whatever. So, anyways, I had to recycle my password. I went back to like one of the original passwords. Anyways, so I had to deal with that, and then when I went to go on and check, it kept going in circles. It would say, put in your account name, whatever your account name is, and then I did, and then you say, put in your password. I did, and I go back, put your account name in. It just kept going in circles and circles. Their site was fucked up. So I had to wait until today, and I looked, and thank Christ, there's fucking $3 in there. It's exactly what they're supposed to be in there. So we're good. We're good. Even if they take it out tomorrow, we're still good. It's all good. Even if something comes out tomorrow or whatever, it's still all good. We're good. We're fine. Okay? And even if something came out tomorrow, well, actually I think something might come out tomorrow. Now that I think about it. But it'll be fine. It'll be fine. That shit don't process for at least a day. Whatever. What? And even if they sucker punch me $30, okay, fine, whatever. That's bullshit, but fine, whatever. that's what used to happen with the phone. Like I don't keep money in my account. I just don't. So when the fucking phone would come up, it comes out on the 1st, and I have money for it. Because I don't, the money don't come until like, I don't have the money till like whatever the time is. So if it's like Wednesday and it's the 1st, I don't have money in there. Just because, it's just how things work. Well, I ended up, thankfully what happened was the last time my card was due up, my debit card, I had to re-put in all the information. I was like, no, fuck you, you ain't getting my information. So now I just do a one-time payment every month. So I do it manually instead of having it come out automatically, because then I could do it on the 2nd, the 3rd, 4th, whenever the fuck I want to do it. So, whatever. Anyways, like I said, we were all good. Everything's good up to this point. Now, let me backtrack. I think, like I said, Friday maybe? Thursday, Wednesday, somewhere in there last week. I don't know. We're all good. Okay, I don't know. I'm still worried. I have no clue. I have no money. I have no nothing. I still have no money. I have still no clue. No nothing. But at least we're, in the home stretch of bullshit. All of a sudden, I'm sitting there and the power goes out. But not in the entire house. Oh, no. No. My TV's on. My PS4 is on. And I talked about this in the last clip, but for the sake of this clip, I'm going to reiterate that. And as I'm sitting there, I realize that the internet has gone out. Which means that other side of the house is out. Now, apparently they were fucking around next door with something. And nobody bothered to tell me. Now, the way the house is set, again, I was saying an old house. And in fact, the only reason that I still had my TV on in my PS4 is because Billy Lee came over years ago and put in a new outlet here. And Graham was all hot to try. Oh, no, actually, it was Jean. It was Jean. She was all hot to try. Oh, make sure it's on, his, thing and not the rest of the house because she was paying for it and she didn't want to pay for my electric, which, whatever. So he ended up putting a wire all the way. He had to crawl up into the little attic area, and it's not even an attic. It was more just a crawl space up in like the rafters. Dude, you couldn't pay me to crawl up in there, but whatever. So, anyways, that was on the other side of the house, but everything in the bedroom that wasn't part of that outlet, and everything in the living room was completely turned off. The kitchen was fine because the cord, the plug-in that's here that I'm referring to that Billy Lee put in is from the kitchen. So I'm paying for everything in the kitchen and everything on that outlet, where everything from the living room and the bedroom is technically somebody else is paying for it. I don't know who the fuck's paying for it. I ain't gonna question. Whatever. There's nothing there anyway. There's like a light. Although my heater is out there, which and my internet, so I don't think that the internet doesn't take up, the router doesn't take up that much. So between the light and that, it doesn't take up that much. Whatever. But my chair, my electric chair. Yeah. Okay, so anyways, I find myself with my PS4's on, my TV's on, the light's out, because the light behind me is plugged into the wall in the bedroom. So there's no light, there's no internet, and my electric chair is stuck. I am stuck in the fucking chair. Now, these fuckers had to power off for like 5 hours. Ain't nobody told me we're going to turn the power off for 5 hours. Go fuck yourself. Nobody bothered to tell me that. So I'm stuck in the fucking electric chair with my feet up. You understand? My feet are up, motherfucker. My feet, it goes up. It goes, the feet go up. You hear the words, up. So I got my feet, and I'm like laid out. I'm about as laid out as a fat man going to get, okay? I'm stuck, is what I'm saying to you. I'm stuck in the fucking chair. Now, the electric had gone out the other day. And it fucked up some shit, but whatever. Actually, the freaking breaker blew. I don't know what the fuck they were doing over there, but whatever. Anyways, within a few minutes it came back on, so I'm sitting there. I'm screaming. I'm like, motherfucker. I'm screaming. I'm yelling. I'm cursing up a fucking storm. Like, goddamn power, blah, blah. I'm screaming. I know they can hear me. I don't give a fuck. Because I'm stuck in a goddamn chair. 5 minutes goes by, 10 minutes goes by, 20 minutes goes by. And I'm like, okay, the motherfucker power ain't coming back on. What the fuck do I do? Then all of a sudden I had to pee. I was like, oh shit. I gotta pee. So, I don't know if you've ever... first off, I don't know if you've ever been 400 pounds. Okay. I don't know if you've ever been fat, like rotund, like to the point of... It's a miracle my heart is still pounding even as we speak. Okay. I don't know if you've ever had to straddle an electric chair between your thighs, between your legs. Like, dry hump the fucker. Like, I have to take my my right leg and like move it over like I'm riding a mechanical bull, okay? And like thrust it over to the other side, and then get the left leg, which is now just sitting there because I can't move for shit. I have to like literally with my hand and shit move it off and like try to get my try to get, because you gotta understand there's metal and there's wood and it's like crushing between my thighs, okay? Like it's not a pretty picture. Okay, it's just not. And I somehow got to the point where I could sit, because I had to like slide down. Now keep in mind, I don't have $800 to replace this fucking chair. I don't want to break the fucker, so I am trying to inch the fuck out. I'm trying to get to the point where I'm like straddling this thing and I can somehow pull myself up, which I'll be honest with you, it's not as easy as it may seem. Okay, I could get seated and sitting up to the point where, okay, my ass is on the edge of what would be the chair if the leg was down. The legs are still up. The leg rest is still up. I've got, because that little middle section, there's nothing there. There's just like metal, like just two pieces of metal, and there's like some cloth. And so I'm like crushing the cloth in metal. Like I can feel the metal between my calves. Okay. Well, actually, it's more like, actually my calves are a little lower, but whatever. Probably around buckle and knee area. You get my point. And I'm basically sitting there. I'm sitting up. I'm to the point where, like, if I had something I could reach in front of and just like pull myself up, I would have been fine. But there was nothing there. So now you're talking about a 400-pound cripple trying to get the fuck out of a chair, like pull himself up. You understand? The last time I pulled myself up out of anything, I got a fucking hernia in my stomach area for that. But hey, whatever. Somehow I magically got up. Don't know how. Like standing. Now, I'm still straddling the chair, and dude, it is wedged. I mean, like Jaws of Life, we need to call the fucking fire department, okay? It's wedged between my thighs. And my left flip flop decided it's going to come off. And I'm trying not to let it come off because if it does, I don't know if I can reach around the thing and get it. Finally, it does fall off, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't even care. So, you can understand, I'm like right in front of my TV. Like my gut is like rubbing against the TV set. And I'm like bear hugging the TV set. It's a 50-incher too, so it's like I'm bear hugging a 50-inch TV. So I yeehaw my fucking left leg back and around, almost like I'm doing a roundhouse kick. And somehow I magically get it up over everything and don't like fall. I mean, dude, if I fell into that chair, we'd all be dead. I'd break the chair, I'd be broke, probably knock the TV over. It would have been tragic. But I've got one flip flop on, one flip flop off. I can't do anything. So I basically have to put my left hand on the arm rest of the chair, and then kind of put my right knee, on the footrest that is still up, and reach over the side and grab the thing. All the while the dog is nipping at me. Well, I somehow magically do all this shit and get my flip flop back on. We're all good to go. Now, again, I talked about all this in the last clip, but I'm just reiterating it for this one. So, it's just been a really shitty fucking month. October was supposed to be a really fun month, you know. Red Dead Redemption's coming out. It's Halloween movies. And I didn't watch all my Halloween movies. I'm really pissed off about that, but whatever. I got the main ones in, so that's good. Anyways, needless to say, I was a little bit fiery because I just was. This was like around 10:30, pushing 11. And I'm like, okay, well, ain't nothing to do. So I went back and fucking fell asleep with the dog. I wake up probably around 2:30, pushing 3:30, somewhere in there. Power's still not out. Because the first thing I thought, and this harkens back to all the bullshit at the beginning of this clip, at first I was like, oh my god, they turned my power off. And then as I was sitting in the chair, trapped in the chair, by the way, I got thinking, they didn't shut me off for $35. Dude, the old woman had like $400 or $500 that she owed, you know, for electric and water and all that bullshit back in the day. They're not gonna shut me off for $35. It's 3 weeks late. Fuck that. And then I realized, yes, because it's the kitchen, because they would have shut the kitchen off, not the bedroom, or not the bedroom and living room. So I realized I'm good there. But at first it was a concern because it's like, holy shit, they shut me off. What the fuck? You know? Because I couldn't go a week and a half with no fucking power. Or, you know, at least half the house with no power. But, you know, whatever. So I didn't know what the fuck they were doing. I didn't know if they had shut me off because it's like we don't want to pay because we don't want to pay for his stuff, so they cut me off. I didn't know. I didn't know what they were doing. Apparently they were rooting around with stuff. Whatever. Which again would have been fine if I had known, but nobody bothered to tell me. Anyways, around 3:30, I get the novel idea. You know what? I'll go out onto the deck. There's an orange extension cord. It's got like 3 prongs on it because it's one of those ones that have like the little ender. Instead of having like just the one end, it has 3 things that you can plug in. So I said, you know what? I'll unplug the grill. I had my foot bath out there. It's wintertime. Let's bring that sumbitch in. I'll unplug that, and I had my lights plugged in. That's why I had 3 prongs. So whatever. Well, on the end of that, because the foot bath was so short, the cord of the foot bath was so short, I had to have one of those strips. So I had the strip hanging out of this thing. So you get a picture of this. It's not even a long one, too. I think it may have less than 10 feet. It was actually really short. I'm kind of surprised. I barely got it halfway across the room. It may have been like a 5-footer. I don't even know. But it was actually really short. Whatever. So you got this yellow extension cord, one of those heavy-duty ones. On the end of it is this black thing that's plugged in. It has 3 outlets you can plug in stuff. Out of one of those outlets is a white strip with however many, 7, 8, whatever it is. So I had to go root around with my stupid internet and somehow and I haven't even put this stuff back. I just haven't wanted to fuck with it. Maybe tomorrow I'll do that. I I had to take the internet and like try to bring it into the bedroom slightly. And because I plugged the extension cord into where my AC used to be, because there's a box of 4 that Billy Lee put in. There's 4 outlets. Out of one of those outlets is a strip, and then I had the extension cord. I had the AC in there. So I unplugged that because it's wintertime. I don't need it. And I plugged that in, and I moved it behind or to the side of the TV over by the chair. So I can plug in the chair. So now I can sit in the chair and lift it and whatever. But I have no internet. Because again, those are the 2 things, the chair and the internet. Because again, I have one chair. I have literally one chair. I mean, I have the computer chair, but I'm talking like as far as like comfortable, like sitting there for a couple hours watching a movie. I can't sit in that computer chair watching a movie for 2 hours. So anyways, I got my TV back. Or I got my chair back in front of the TV. But like I said, had no internet. So I had to kind of wiggle the internet and like unplug it and pull it like halfway into the bedroom, and then plug it into the strip that's hanging out of the thing. So finally, like I said, we got the chair and then we got the internet. So everything was okay. It was obnoxious, but I damn near had a fucking heart attack doing all that. I swear to God, I almost had a stroke twice. I'm trying to get out of the chair because my heart was pounding like an old broad. I mean, and then doing all that bullshit. Oh my God, dude, don't even get me started. Because I've been having these chest things, like little murmur things in my chest where it's like, like I feel like I feel like Stanford's like I'm gonna have the big one. Like Bethany, I'm gonna have the big one. Okay, Elizabeth, I'm coming. It's one of those things. It's one of those things. I look up to the heavens and say, Elizabeth, I'm coming. That's what it feels like. And so needless to say, I went on Facebook and I started complaining about it. Just bitching about it. Because you understand with me, I'm a complete asshole. And once I verbally say something, like if I post something on Facebook, it's over and done with. I don't care. If I do a clip like this, it's over and done with. I don't care. Well, the cousins think that I'm very upset. Which, I mean, I was. I'm not now. Like right now, with me, it's like what John Candy said in Plane, Trains, Automobiles. We can laugh about it now because we're all right. In the moment, I was upset. Now it's like, okay, it's over. I don't give a fuck. It's not even an issue. I don't even think about it. It's not even something that registers anymore. Well, as a result of all this, cousin Sandy got like all like upset, not like mad, but like upset that I got upset, kind of a deal, over the whole situation. that she brought me like all this food from the restaurant, which was really interesting because I had started to run low on stuff, and I had completely run out of butter, and it was really weird. It's almost like the universe or God is like, you know what? Sometimes it feels like the universe just looks at me and says, you know what? You're completely fucked. You're always going to be fucked. But every now and again, it like throws me a bone, and it's like, you know what, kid? Here you go. Here you go. You're still fucked. Don't get me wrong. You're still fucked, but here you go. You're gonna get what you need. Well, I was actually gonna take some of the bread, and I had these pork chops, and I was like, damn, I wish I could make some stuffing, but I don't have any onion. And what's one of the things she gave me in the box of food? An onion. I ran out of butter. I was like, shit, I got no butter. Got no damn butter. What do I need? Oh, in the box was some butter. And not only some butter, although it was that weird butter because it was some sort of like strawberry flavored butter, which I don't know about that. That would be good on like a English muffin or something, or even better a bagel. But I don't have any of this. But whatever, I'll use that shit up later. But there was some like margarine or shit, that cancer plastic shit. But whatever, it's okay. It was good. It was for what it was, you know. But I needed butter and shit. Okay, there's some butter there. I had just used up my potatoes, and what she gave me? A bunch of potatoes. Now they weren't like actual potatoes; they were like chopped, like they were boiled potatoes. They were cut up in like a plastic in a Ziploc bag, but there was some mashed potatoes. What did she give me? She gave me some. Now I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with this, but she gave me like this huge can of tomato juice. I don't do tomato juice. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with it. Maybe I can find a recipe or something. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I ain't gonna drink that shit. Ugh, ew, ugh, ugh, ugh. Whatever. She gave me this huge can of tuna, dude. And we're talking for the restaurant. Like this took a huge bowl. I mean, this thing was gigantic. We're not talking like one of those little shit $1.29 can. This is probably a $20 can of fucking tuna. This thing was huge. No, I mean, I'm trying. Like, it was about the size of a plate. I mean, it was huge and it was thick and it was just. Luckily, it wasn't shitty tuna. I like the white, chunky tuna. Personally, I like the chicken. I don't like tuna personally anymore. I don't do tuna much anymore. Like I said, I like to do the chicken. As long as it's like solid white meat, I'm okay. Cause, I just don't like tuna. Luckily, this was kind of like that middle of the road. It wasn't the white stuff, but it wasn't the really shitty stuff either. The problem is I didn't have a lot of mayonnaise, so I had like this really dry tuna, and it was like, ugh, kind of sucks because it would have been really nice with like really good, like a lot of mayonnaise. But whatever. She gave me this. It was this tub of like cream corn. Like they had these little tubs that had, I don't know, maybe like frozen fruit or frozen strawberries in them or something, and they reused them. And they had like this whole thing of cream corn. So I've been eating cream corn up and out the ass. So it was this thing of really wet chili, which I'm kind of surprised. And maybe it was like a bad batch or something. I mean, it was still good, but it was just really wet. So I was eating that for 2-3 days since like Sunday. What else was there? Oh, there was this huge, big ass fucking. It was like a cake. It was like something, dude. It's fudge. What was it? Fudge. Like frosting. It wasn't frosting. It was like this really thick fudge. Chocolate fudge, not fudge like Christmas fudge, but fudge like a frosting, and it was. Dude, I've been taking a spoonful to that. Oh my god, just dip my finger and lick. When that shit's gone, I'm gonna be disappointed. Because what I've been doing is I've been putting it in, like in a bowl, in like a couple scoops. Because this shit's like really potent shit. And I put it in the microwave for a couple seconds, and it's almost like a really thick pudding when you nuke it. And it's really good stuff, man. I got nothing to put on it. Like I've just been kind of eating it. I've had some on my ice cream. Really good shit, man. It's basically hot fudge chocolate stuff, and I'm assuming once you cook it, you can kind of like pour it over like a hot fudge, like an actual sundae. I think that's what it is, or you could like smear it on like a cake, or actually probably cupcakes. Actually, that would be good. It'd be really thick. Whatever. I've been just I've been just eating it like with a spoon, licking on it. And stuff. Oh, dude, really good fucking shit. For a 400-pound man, that's some good. That's some good quality gluttony right there. I'm not gonna lie. That's some. Ooh, that's some. That's some good shit right there. What else did they give me? Oh, there was this huge Ziploc bag full of spaghetti sauce, which actually was really kind of good. A little sad there was no meat in it. Sometimes there's meatballs and shit. Oh, dude, sometimes they have like sausage. Oh man. Now, I gotta be honest with you, the quality of the food at the restaurant isn't really that great. It's kind of mediocre, actually, to be honest with you. A little disappointed with it, but I definitely take. No, actually, to be fair, when I say that, I'm getting everything cold like next day, so I could like cold mashed potatoes. So that might be what when I say mediocre. Um, that might be part of what it is. Like the cream corn had no flavor. It didn't have any flavor. Mashed potatoes were good. Now, I don't like the way people do mashed potatoes. I simply do mashed potatoes with a little bit of milk. Some people add cream, whatever. I do it just right straight milk. Just mash it up with a little mixer, a little hand mixer, little beaters, and put a little milk in there and some butter and some pepper. Maybe a dash or two of salt. Maybe, if you, although I don't need, I don't, I've been cutting salt out, so I don't do with salt. So, although sometimes they can be a little blah with no salt, but you whatever, do it to taste. Or some people, when they do their mashed potatoes, they do it with like sour cream. To me, that's just a waste. That is just complete fucking waste. Well, apparently these were done with sour cream. And I didn't realize it. All of a sudden, I look in the bag. I can see their mashed potatoes, and on the side there's this shit. At first, I thought somebody took some blue cheese, like really, really shitty, not shitty, but like wet blue cheese, and just stuck it in the bag. Like they kind of mixed the shit in. Because sometimes they do that. Like they'll mix stuff. Like one time there was like some salad and some grapes and stuff, and it was like, oh, grapes and cheese. That's what it was. It was a bag. Because cousin Cindy just goes in and kind of just throws everything into a bag. So there was like these crackers and these grapes. And it was a bunch of shit, some cheese. It's just whatever they have laying around. So I thought maybe somebody had just kind of just thrown it all in there, but no, actually it turned out to be sour cream. Again, to me that's just really expensive. It's not. I don't know. I don't think it's better or worse. I think it's good with a cream cheese or sour cream, but I don't know. It's not better or worse to me. It just seems more expensive because that sour cream's expensive. It's not saying it's an extra $4 for you. You get a thing of milk. You just put a couple, you know, just whatever. Pour a little bit in, a couple ounces in, whatever. Mix your shit up. Add a little butter, and basically the same thing, but it's a lot cheaper. But whatever. Oh, also there was this other Ziploc bag of little potatoes. I mentioned the potatoes, but like the kind you do for like hash browns, like you'd see, they're kind of cut up in little cubes and stuff. But these were uncooked. Well, actually, no. Let me rephrase that. They were cooked. You could eat them, but they weren't like fried. So, like, actually, I probably could have mashed them. I could have done anything with them. I did put some on the griddle today with some butter. Really good. And let's see what else was there. Uh, Actually, I think that was it. Oh no, there was this fucking dude. There was a half of like when you go into the deli and shit. There was like this piece of roast beef. Honestly, God, this thing was like the size of my gut. Like I could put this under my gut and look like I'm pregnant. Okay, this thing was like huge. I ate as much of it as I could, but there was just so much. Basically, the dog's been eating it for the last 3 or 4 days. It's now starting to get a little bit of a smell, and it's a shame because it was a nice piece of beef. Really nice. I would have loved to have made like sandwiches with it and shit. Actually, if I put that on the griddle, it would have made like a really. I could have used that almost like a Philly cheesesteak kind of meat, especially if I cut it really thin. Oh, that would have been really good. I didn't have any cheese or anything, but or Philly whatever the saucy shit is. Whatever. So, anyways, there was one bit of good luck. I've been eating that shit for like 4 days, dude. I've been eating. Oh my god. Which was great because I literally had one meal every day, and two of which were chicken, and it's thin chicken. So there's like three thin pieces of chicken that's supposed to last me like the entire day. That's lunch basically for me. So there was like no dinner for like 4 or 5 days, and then this little package, this little miracle arrives, and it was like shit. I mean, it was nothing spectacular. I mean, I was eating cream corn. What the fuck, big deal. Oh, then cousin Cindy brought over these fucking corn dogs. Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. I do not like corn dogs. Hate them. I hate them with a passion. I hate corn dogs. But I had the hot air cooker, and I thought, you know what? She brought these over. There's like a shit ton of them. There was like 30 of them, and I was like, you know what? Let's try them. I stuck them in the hot air cooker. I've been in three at a time, dude. I ate. Let's see, was it 3, 6, 9, 12? I ate 12 corn dogs in like 2 days. I had three for lunch, three for dinner, three for lunch, and three for dinner the next day. In fact, I might even do a couple more right now when I get up. When I'm done with this. I don't like corn dogs. I don't like the taste of it. I don't like the breading. The hot dogs are shit. They're cheap. But you know what? I kind of like the concept. I dig the concept because I can just take those motherfuckers and stick them in. Now, I don't want to put them in a microwave, but I could stick them in there for like 10, 15 minutes, and it's a nice little fucking snack. I wish I had something to dip them in. She did give me some weird sauce. It was in this. At first, I thought it was a Thousand Island dressing, because again, it's a restaurant. But it wasn't a buffalo sauce, but it kind of had that tangy buffalo sauce taste to it. It wasn't buffalo sauce. So I've been dipping these fucking corn dogs into that shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's not great. Like, I would not recommend it, but considering it's what I have and what's there, and it all kind of just worked together. Like, literally, God worked it together for good in some weird fucking level. But I'm going to be honest, I am really getting sick of corn dogs. I'm really getting tired of them. I've been eating for 3 days. Like, I'll be shitting sticks here in a minute. I mean, I swear to Christ. So, there was, at least it was, like I said, some bit of good came out of this fucking month. And, then let me talk about what happened to you. You see, the problem is you're like a Christmas miracle that turns into a Christmas nightmare quickly. Like, everything just, it's like, it goes from worst to whatever is beyond worst. Worser, I guess you could say. And then you step in like the white knight trying to make it better, and then you fuck it up. Somehow something gets fucked up, and then it goes right back to worser, and worst again. I don't understand it. So, you gave me the money for Red Dead Redemption, and thank you, by the way, because holy shit, this game's fucking amazing. And I would have been depressed as cocksuckers for the last week. 3, 4, 5 days, whatever it's been. Since Friday. Anyways, I made the mistake of saying $60. Because when I buy stuff, it's 65 because of tax. It's like, actually, it's like 64 something, 65. And when I gave the song and dance to you, you're like, "Oh, well, let me give you some money." So instead of just, buying the fucking thing and then giving me the code, you said, "I'll give you the Amazon gift card." Now, the problem with the Amazon gift card is, well, just that. Now, I didn't understand. I didn't know what the problem was because, again, I didn't have the money for it, so I didn't even bother to look up the different options. I knew there was three different options. There was the $60 option, there was the $80 option, and then there was the, I think, like $130 option that didn't come with the game. No, I wasn't going to ask for $130. You probably wasn't going to get that, but especially if it didn't come with a fucking game, which would have been, I don't know, but whatever. I mean, the collector's stuff would have been kind of cool, but not for $130. You still don't get the game. $120, whatever it was. So, like I said, I had no clue what was going on. So when I went to Amazon, I was going to get the $60 version. You know, you're like, give me the link. I was like, hey, here's the link. Now, what happened was, you said you're going to buy it for me on Thursday night. Now, if it had been a couple days earlier, we could have got the physical copy. It could have been here on Friday. It would have been fine. But because we're doing it that night, like it was going to come out 12:01, and this is like 7:30. There was no way, because then I'd have to wait until like Tuesday, which would have been yesterday. And if I had to wait until Tuesday, then I might as well just wait until Friday or Thursday or Friday, whatever the fuck it is, to get it when I, get more shit. So it was like, it kind of defied the point. So I had to get the digital version. So I was like, okay, I'll get the $60 digital version, because I didn't want to have you spend $80. I didn't want you to spend anything, to be honest with you. I didn't, I mean, whatever. I didn't want you to have to be involved in that. I was just bitching and complaining, because that's what I do. Well, you end up giving me $60 in Amazon credit. Now, thankfully, when I bought Spider-Man earlier in the month, I bought it as a pre-order, which I don't understand. I bought this as a pre-order. I should have gotten some, whatever. They gave me $10 toward the account, so I would get $10 off the next, my next order. Well, that put me at 70, and when I went to look at the $60 digital, the link that I had sent you, it said unavailable. Now, I don't know why it said... Now, I tweeted Amazon. I was like, what the hell is this all about? The $60 version is unavailable, but yet the $80 version is, fine and dandy. And then you were like, oh, send us a link, and blah, blah. I didn't respond back, but I was like... They actually replied to me on Twitter, and I was like, fuck you. Bastards. They know there was nothing wrong with that show. It's unavailable. It's a digital fucking product. How is it unavailable? Give me a break. So then, anyways, once I realized that was all fucked up, wasn't going to happen, because you understand, my tablet was at like 8% battery life, and there's like now I got like 60 of your dollars in play. This is after fucking around with email addresses, and because what happened was, you sent it to the one, but I needed to get the other one, and something to do with Yahoo. Apparently they were hacked or something years ago, and I, for the love of Christ, cannot figure out how to change my password. I've looked it up. I've just tried. So, every time I go on there, it says, give us a new, basically send a code to another email address, which I send to my Gmail address, and I get the code, put the code in, blah, blah, blah. So, whatever. So I had to go do all that bullshit. Anyways, so I realized I'm still like $10 short. So then I had to come back to you, and again, at this point I got like 6%. I had like 8 before, and I got 6. And I have to come back crying to you, talking about I need an extra $20. This is when you got a little uppity, which I understand. Which I didn't want to tie up 80 of your fucking dollars doing this shit, because like, people give me money. That's one thing I'm very good at. I make sure it goes to what they want me to do with it. Like, if Graham wanted me to have $300 for a coat, I get a coat. I don't take it and... Now, if I can get a $150 coat and then take the other extra money and go buy some video games, I will do that, but I won't tell her like what the price was. You know what I mean? Like, she gave me like $100 for a pair of shoes. I went to Walmart and bought a $35 pair of shoes. Those cheap, those little cheap ones there. That's what I did, and then I basically pocketed the rest of the money. But I was like, hey, Graham, look at these shoes I got. Really great price. Blah, blah, blah. You know, whatever. But, like, you know, she wanted me to get a pair of shoes. I got a pair of shoes. Granted, they weren't $100, but... Because she'd always give me $100 for shoe money, because the old woman would be like... Because back in the day, I'd be getting Nikes and stuff, you know, when I was going to school. So Graham's like, oh, 100... Because she got in her head that, you know, they're $100. So now it's like... This is like 20... What was it? She bought me shoes right, like literally right after the old woman died. So 2005. She's like, "Oh, here's $100 for a pair of shoes." And I'm like, "Screw that." In fact, I think I still got them over here. Yeah, actually, I think those are the same one. No, I think I had to get another pair. Yeah, because those were ripped out, so I ended up having to get another pair. I got the exact same pair. So for like, what, 20 years? Almost, shit, it's been almost, 15 years, give or take. I spent like $70 on shoes. That ain't bad. And she gave me like $100, so yeah, that ain't bad. So, whatever. Anyways, so I didn't want to fucking tie up your fucking money because you're giving me all this fucking money and blah blah blah. Because I was gonna take that $60 and convert it into. Actually, I was gonna take the $60 plus my 10 and convert it into PSN. Get a PSN card. And I figured I might have to get like 225s and a 10, or, you know, actually it'd be 60, so I'd actually have to get like 2 10s, make it 20. I didn't know if they came in 20s, I didn't know if they came in 5. I didn't know what they came, because I used to have like all different denominations, like 5, 10, 15, 20, 50, 100, whatever. I think they even had a $500 one at one point, or 900, or 90, no, it was $99, whatever it was. And they cut back on all those. No, there was 25 and then 100. I think this is what it was. Well, 100 obviously I can't do. Even if I bought two 25s, it's still only 50. I don't have enough for 325. So anyways, then I had to go back to you. Now keep in mind, I'm doing all this on like, now at this point about 4%. After a while, I was like, fuck it, I gotta go to the bathroom. So I charged my tablet, went to the bathroom, came back, did some stuff, got a drink, came back maybe like a half hour later. I'm back up to like 12%. And I was like, this is, I think that's when I came to you with like, I need, you know, an extra $20. You're like, you know, whatever. Oh, and then what happened was when I went to freaking Gmail, I get the original gift card from Amazon, and I'm looking at it, and it's like, okay, it says you want to apply this to your account. I said yes. You did it automatically, no problems. And then I'm waiting for the extra 20, and it's like, what the fuck? Where is it? I'm refreshing, and I'm refreshing. 20 minutes goes by. I mean, maybe not that long, but it felt like 20 minutes. It's like, where the fuck is this thing? Apparently what it did is it took both emails and combined them as one, so I had to go to where the email was the original and scroll down. It's like, you see, like box 1 is the first one for 60, and then underneath that was the 20. Which is stupid. I don't understand why the fuck they did that. It should have been two separate things, but they wanted to hobnob it into one, whatever. So I'm sitting there like, where the fuck is it? Where the fuck is it? Where the fuck is it? Refresh, refresh, refresh. That's why I asked. I said, are you sure you sent it to the right place? You're like, yeah, here's a screenshot, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, I finally got it. Finally ordered it. I am honest to God, I am at like 3% at this point now. After I got everything settled up, email, bullshit, I get up, put my flip-flops on, I was laying in bed. I go to my chair. My PS4 was on, thankfully. I go over to where I got to put in the codes, and I'm waiting. It's loading, it's loading, it's loading. Because PS4 is slow as shit for some reason. At least mine is. I don't know if it's a thing overall or just me. But it's loading, it's loading, it's loading, it's loading, it's loading, blah, 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 blah. Now, I'm not really familiar with putting in the codes. The way the code showed up is, I think it was like 4 numbers, a space, 4 numbers, and then another, it was three sets of four and then two spaces in between. So I typed it in that way. I did whatever 34646 Z4439, whatever the fuck it was, space, blah blah blah. Then I get to the end and it's like it won't go any further, and it's like I got two more numbers to put in, letters, numbers, and I was like, shit. So I had to go back and delete everything. Keep in mind, I'm at 2%. This thing's going to shut off at any second. And I just want to get the code in so I can start downloading this fucker onto my PS4. So I backspace, backspace, blah, blah, and do the four numbers, and then do the other four numbers, and I quickly check it, and I hit it, and it's like, you want Red Dead Redemption? I'm like, yes, yes, give it to me, and I click it, and then I power off the thing, and I go and charge it, and it's just, oh my god, it was such a fucking ordeal. Nothing is ever simple. Nothing for me is ever simple. Okay? And I want you to know, I want you to understand, because you gave me shit one time about, oh, you were 15, you should have done this, and you should have done that, and you should have went to college, and should have done blah, blah. You know why I didn't do any of that? Because the universe will not let me. Do you know how hard it was for me to get Red Dead Redemption? Do you understand what I had to do to get Red Dead Redemption? My money was taken away. You graciously gave me some money. There wasn't enough money there. I had to beg for some more. And then I couldn't even get the fucking code. I had to hobnob a bunch of shit just to get the fucking code. My tablet is on its ass end, battery life wise, and I just barely got in under the wire. Like we were talking like sliding into home just as the ball's coming to hit me in the ass. Okay. My life is not simple, okay? It isn't like, oh, you should have done this. No. Believe me, it's not that I didn't want to do those things. It's just the universe is like, no, you are not doing those things. Fuck you. Even if you have the means to do that, we will find a way to fuck it up. Something will happen. Something will, I mean, believe me, I was not meant to do certain things. Basic things, like walk. Okay? You gotta understand, it's a fucking miracle of miracles, because being born with spina bifida, I really should not be walking. You understand? It's a miracle that I fucking can walk. But yet, due to the tethered spine, the herniated discs, all the problems, I'm 400 pounds, and I can't walk. Do you understand? Do you hear the logic? Physically, I shouldn't have the ability to walk, but I am a miracle that I can walk. Literally, I am a miracle. Kids with spina bifida, most of them, lots of them, can't walk. So the fact that I actually can walk, but the fact that I'm in pain, and you get in pain, you sit around, you get fat, you get depressed, you start eating like shit, you eat big tubs of fucking fudge, because it makes you feel good, and the next thing you know, you're a 400-pound piece of shit who can't walk. Think about the logic in that. I'm a miracle that I can walk, but I can't walk because I'm fat. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? You take that little microcosm of just that little thing, and you're like, it's bullshit, but I get it. I know you can understand. I know you may not be able to relate, but I know you can get it. Now imagine, oh, you should have went to college. Oh, you should have done this. Oh, you should have done that. Take that little microcosm that I'm a miracle. It is a fucking miracle that I can even walk. But because of the other situations that have put me where I am, to the point that, now I'm fat and unloved and unwashed, and I can't walk. So now apply that concept, that little microcosm, apply that to everything else. All the things you think I should have done when I was 15 and 16, oh, you should have went to college, you should have drove, and all that bullshit. You microcosm that bullshit into all of that, you'll understand I am not meant to do those things. I was never meant to do those things. It's like the cosmic universe is looking at me and saying, I want you right where you are. You're living in your own fucking filth. The dog is pooped on the floor. And you're going to walk around it. I want you right where... It's like God is looking at me saying, I want you right there, right where you are. And anything you try to benefit yourself and try to get away from all that, no, I'm going to put the kibosh on that shit. It's like he will part my Red Sea, but only far enough for me to go so that the waters can crush me again at the end of the day. You have to understand, I am not meant for greatness. I should be, but I'm not going to get there. You have to understand that. You really do. And deep down inside, I think you do understand it. I think you understand it on some level. You may not want to totally acknowledge it because to you can get up, you can drive, you can go to work, you kiss the wife, kiss the kids, kick the dog, whatever, kick the cat, whatever the fuck your case. Scumbag ass cats anyway, whatever. You know, you can do all those things. I cannot. I was not given that. That was not part of the plan for me. Okay, now, I don't know what the plan is. I don't know what plan the universe or God or whatever cosmic bullshit has for me, but I wish he'd hurry up because my heart ain't going to live much longer. Okay, my heart's going to give out sooner than later. I'd like to fulfill whatever fucking destiny God feels he has for me right now, and I don't know because, it is what it is. And again, you understand, every time I try to better myself on any level, something just come crashing down. I try to eat better. I walk around the corner, there's cookies on sale. Now, those goddamn cookies hadn't been on sale ever. Ever. Yet the minute I walk around the corner, like, oh, I bought some really good, chicken and some turkey, and I'm gonna eat healthy. I got salads, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, Doritos on sale, 3 for $5, and I'm like, you can't pass that up. Again, the cosmic universe just puts the joke on me. I know sometimes I bring some of it onto myself. I admit that. I mean, I am the quintessential definition of self-fulfilling prophecy of bullshit. I understand that. That does happen occasionally. And sometimes I do stand in my own way. I admit that. But sometimes it just isn't a choice either. And, like, again, you have a choice. I don't. I was never given the option to have a choice. From day one, I was fucked. You understand? I hadn't even come out of the womb yet, and I was already fucked. You understand that? Most kids, I mean, seriously, you want to talk about white privilege and shit? Most kids have an advantage. They're born, they're normal. Okay, I wasn't even out of the fucking womb, and I was fucked. So, you're going to sit there and tell me, well, you should have went to college? No. Do you understand what that would entail? Do you understand just physically what that would entail me to have done? You've done it. You know what it entailed. Do you have any idea what it would be like for me to do it? Do you have any clue? You may have understood it because you did it yourself, but you were able to do it. The universe said, I want you out of there. I want you out of Camden, New York, cesspool shithole. I want you to go do something. Because you, and this is where it gets all cosmic and multiversal bullshit, you could be up there on Skinner Hill Road with Nene, okay, at the family fucking barbecue with all the other castrated males, Dale T and Mr. Skinner, where the fuck his name, with Dave, or where the fuck his name is, up there sucking dick over there. Like I said, with all the other castrated males, while the old biddies are inside yakking over potato salad. I mean, Betsy and Marcia and God knows, and her mother, Betsy's mother, and Marcia's kin, and all this other fucking women folk up there in Skinner Settlement Road. How the fuck you get a Skinner Settlement Road? How the fuck you get a road in a settlement? Yet they all flock up there. Dale T's up there right now. Dale T's already up there. You could be hanging out with fucking Dale T, bucking out teeth, drinking a fucking beer in the middle of a 4th of July fucking barbecue while Nene is fucking pregnant with like the 8th fucking kid. She knows she wouldn't pop them fuckers out 24/7. You know it. You know it. The life that you have, God is like, no, I got something better for you. God looks at me and says, no, I want you right where I want you. You ain't gonna have shit. I can't even get the Nene. Okay, do you understand? I can't even get the Skinner Settlement Road bullshit. I don't want that, to be honest with you. So it's like, it's weird. It's like Dale T's got, seemingly on the surface, something that seems better. Oh, I'd rather kick myself in the fucking dick than be anywhere near that. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'd rather live alone and better than be over there in that bullshit. But I'll tell you, I remember that. I remember that fucking day you showed up with Nene. You got Nene under your arm. You're in the fucking Walmart. I'm sitting there playing Mario 64 back in the day. on their fucking little kiosk that they had. And you come running up, smiling. I'm looking at you. I looked at her, and she knew I looked. I gave her a dirty look. I gave. I was not into what you two were up to. What this big grandiose plan that you had in your little fucking head. I was like, ain't gonna work. Ain't gonna work, bruh. Okay. That shit ain't worth it, motherfucker. Dude, I knew what they were about. You don't understand. You don't understand. I watched her. I watched the things she did because, I was reporting back to you and shit, and I was watching some of the stuff she did, and she's a nasty fucking bitch. And then you hear things like Marcia and some of the stuff. Marcia is like, oh yeah, I wish I hadn't married your father because, I wish I had played around a little bit more before I married your father, and I wish I had, and then telling her, oh, date as many guys as you can, all that kind of stuff. And then I watched her and I saw her with this little tiny dude. I forgot the kid's name, but he was, I swear to God, he was like 4 feet tall. Like I could literally shove him in my ass. Okay, that's how tiny this kid was. He was tinier than she was. He was actually about her height, maybe a little, maybe a quarter of an inch taller, or something. I don't remember. She was a small woman. She wasn't big. She was what 5'2" or something, if that. He was like a 5 footer. Oh, he was a tiny little dude. He was a tiny little dude. She was dating him for at least a couple weeks. Then, oh my god, dude, the amount of people she fucking dated within like a month. She had at least 7 different boyfriends in a month. No joke. That 1 month, I can't remember what it was. It was, God, it had to be. I think it was early January. Every time for lunch they'd sit there and wait for the BOSI bus, and she'd have somebody different under her. I mean, honest to God, within like 3 days she had somebody huckling up next to her. All the while you're like, oh, yeah, tell me what she's doing and blah blah blah, give me information. And I'm sitting there watching this bitch. I'm like, dude, maybe it was misery loves company, and I kind of want to put a ratchet into all that shit, but. I mean, part of me thinks that, but then I looked back and I was like, no, this isn't good. But again, I remember that time in Walmart. You come reeling around the fucking corner, you all smiling, and again, I gave her this look, and I'm like, I was like, just get away from me. Just let me play Mario. Just let me play Mario. Fuck you. And you're like, okay. And you kind of waddle off. You ignore me, and I was like, fine, fuck you, scumbag. Whatever. And then I couldn't play after that because you had irritated me. You irritated me, and I had to leave. I couldn't play Mario 64 anymore. And this is before it came out, so it had to be, what, August, September, maybe October? Yeah, because the game came out in November. May have been early November? Like October, November, sometime around then. But yeah, dude, you could be up there with Skinner Settlement fucking Road. Up there having the fucking barbecues, all the fly strips and bullshit. I'm telling you. You'd be right up there. You'd be castrated, emasculated. You'd be right up there. I swear to God, you'd be right there with Dale T and Dave Skinner. You'd have on your little sweater vest. Have on your little slacks. You'd all be sitting there because you understand the women are in the fuck. You get a picture. I'm picturing a party, like an outdoor barbecue, and the men are kind of just huddling around outside, kind of like congregating, almost like they're in fear. They're in fear. All the while these large rotund women are just rolling around in the fucking kitchen over potato salad and bullshit, and her mother's just cackling. Oh my god, dude. These fucking. I have no love for the Skinners. I'm sorry. I should repent of my anger, and I don't know why I have anger toward them. It's not anger necessarily toward them. It's just I think they're scumbags. I just think the whole fucking lot of them are just scumbags. And don't get me wrong. I mean, a couple of them are decent. I mean, some of her brothers were okay. They were okay. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to trash the whole family, but they're just something about them, dude. This is that Republican yeehaw Confederate flag waving bullshit. I didn't really get all that. You could be right up there, you'd be up there supporting Trump, bro. You'd have the Trump on you, little Trump bumper sticker on your station wagon. Cause you wouldn't have one station wagon. You have one of those family vans, those little family truckster, basically what you'd have. Those little fucking low life cars. You, I don't like your taste in vehicles. I'm just gonna throw that out to you. But you throw in the Skinners in McConnellsville, Ansville, Taberg area, Camden, that Camden mentality, the kind of minivan that you fuckers would be driving around with your ugly fucking kids. Oh my god, can you imagine your kids with Nene? Holy fucking shit. I mean, no offense when I say this. The only thing that saved you and saved your kids is that your wife is relatively attractive. So if you had pumped out children with Nene, they'd be ugly. They'd be ugly as fuck. Now, all your kids seem to have bad teeth, but whatever. Can you imagine ugly fucking kids with bad teeth? I mean, your kids are relatively, I'm talking your biological ones, relatively cute. At least relatively normal. Let's put it that way. You have somewhat normal children. It has nothing to do with you, just for the record. You contributed nothing to that. You know that. That was all your wife. Now imagine you substitute that. You look at your children and substitute Nene DNA into that. Oh my god. You would have been... Fuck drowning the kids at birth. You would have been better off drowning yourself. Just put a fucking bag over your head and beat yourself with a stick, because that's basically what you... Jesus. Dude, oh my god, can you imagine if she had settled down with you? Can you imagine if she had settled down with you, where you'd be right now? You would not be where you are today. You wouldn't have been buying me Red Dead Redemption, I can tell you that right now. I can guarantee you, you'd be the gas station manager in Camden. That's where you'd be. You'd be working the gas station, you'd be the manager. Okay, you'd be employee of the fucking month, dude. Fucking Camden Tire or whatever that place was. Camden, whatever the fuck that place was. That stupid gas station. Well, I don't even think... Is that gas station still there? Super Duper went under. Dude, that... Oh my god. You know the Skinners wept when they bulldozed that place. Holy shit. When the fucking Super Duper went under and they bulldozed it. Oh my god. You know the Skinners were there with tear in their fucking eye, taking pictures at the fucking pit that used to be the bakery with the flies in it. And for some reason, every time I go through Camden, which is very rarely, obviously now, like the last time was like 15 years ago, it still didn't make the place any better. It didn't, like, I drive through Main Street and it just still feels like there's this taint, and I mean taint like in a not like in a crotch, but like in a... Although I guess it could also be a crotch, but more in a stench. Well, I guess it could work either way. Taint. Like an actual taint, or like a stigma, or... There's just this weird cloud of woe over Camden area. And it's just really weird to me. Like, every time I go into Camden, I literally feel like I want to kill myself. It's like this... I don't know, maybe back in like the 1800s they were doing like witchcraft and shit or something. Like, I go through Camden, I honestly Christ want to kill myself. I do. Like, I just want to jump out of the car and jump off the bridge. Okay, just like roll out of the car right into the water. Okay, because there's a stupid river there. It's like, I don't know, man. Just really horrible place. Okay, it's just horrible. It's like the anti-Walt Disney. Okay, it ain't the wonderful place, most wonderful place on earth. It's like the worst place on earth. Swear to God. Yeah, you'd be right up there, dude. Oh my God. Oh my God, you'd be right up there, bro. Ain't no professors, ain't no faculty. You'd be right up there with the fucking Skinners, dude. And I fucking warned you. I warned you. You know I did. I said, this isn't good. You need to stop. And it got to the point where I was like, fine, you do whatever the fuck you got to do. And probably the best thing that ever happened. You kicked her tire that one day. Probably the best thing that ever did. She accused you of some shit, but best thing that ever happened. Best fucking thing. You have to admit that was the best thing in your life. Did you die or I'm telling you a fucking story. You're sending me messages. No, I didn't die, motherfucker. That's why I was posting on your shit today, so you could see I'm still alive, you fool. Anyways, I had a whole other topic I wanted to talk about. Republicans and 14th Amendment. I don't feel like talking about that right now. Maybe I'll do another clip tomorrow. I don't know. Depends on how I feel. Yeah, dude. Like I said, you would be right up fucking there. Oh my god. I just pictured an alternate universe where you are right now. Because probably what would have happened, I would have been the successful one in that scenario. Somehow, some way. The book would have taken off or something. And because you gotta understand, in the multiverse, it's very strange to me because I feel that I suffer in this life so that other versions of me can thrive elsewhere. I have to hold on to that belief because if like every version of me is just getting fucked over and over and over and over again, I don't know how to take that. I don't know how I'm supposed to deal with that. So if I think there's a version of me out there in the multiverse somewhere that is not even prospering, but just having a better fucking day than I am currently in the moment, I can dig that. It's like I suffer so that other versions of me can live. You understand that? And I think about in the fucking multiverse where you are right now. I honest to God, I picture it in my fucking head like it's real. You've got this blue sweater vest on, like Sunday best. You just came home from church, kind of a look. It's more like a Sunday night church kind of a deal. But you're having like this barbecue after church, and ain't nobody else invited except the Skinner folk. They're all on Skinner Settlement Road. There's you, like I said, there's you, there's Dale T, there's Dave, and I want to say there's two other guys. I don't know. One's bald. Dude, I'm telling you, I picture this. I'm picturing this. No, the bald guy isn't Dale T. There's somebody who's bald and he's got like this like horseshoe and it's a little bit longer in the back. He's got this little bit of hair in the back and it's long. It's almost like this weird little comb over a little bit to the side, but like you can clearly see he's fucking bald. Like he's purposely trying to comb it over, but there ain't nothing to comb over. And I can't really picture the other guy because I'm not really like in my mind. I'm not looking at the other guy. Like you guys are just like huddling there under a tree, like out front in the yard. There's grill, there's chicken and shit cooking. There's some like dogs. I think there's even a goat somewhere because it's like a little farm area. Not a goat, but like no, actually I see I picture I don't know. I'm gonna picture a goat now. Fuck it. One of the Skinners live like they have these goats out front, and they drink basically it's Coleman's. They drink the goat milk, and they're just like bah bah running around like motherfuckers. And there's Del T. He's got the Bud Light. You both no. One of you drinking Miller High Life. There's like different beers and shit. There's like cooler. There's this blue cooler, ironically a Coleman cooler, filled with ice. There's a package of hot dogs in there. There's a bunch of sodas, a bunch of beer. The ice is starting to melt, and it's like this huge get together. Like Kevin Skinner and what's his face? The other one there looks like that is Kevin. Kevin. What's the other? He's got the other brother. The other brothers there. What's the other brother's name? I can't remember. Whatever. We got two brothers. I think. Three brothers, right? Whatever. They're all there. Betsy's there. Betsy's mother's there. They're all there. I could just picture a whole bunch of fucking people. And I can hear partial conversation. I am literally tapping into a multiverse, and I'm hearing part of the conversation. I'm not listening to the women because I don't give a fuck about them. They're all in the kitchen, like I said, rooting around the potato salad. But I picture you. You're not saying anything. Like, you're just looking at the situation. There's like this old tire swing out front, and you're just looking at the situation, and you're thinking, "What the fuck am I doing here?" You're having that moment. You got the beer clenched to your chest, and you're like, "Why am I here?" And all of a sudden you hear Nene's squeal voice coming from the kitchen. And what's weird is they all sound like cats being raked in the asshole with a hot poker. So they all have that screechy sound, and all the men, the ears peek up like a deer in the woods. You step on a twig and they're like all startled. They kind of look up and they're like quivering and like, oh my god, which one was yelling and who are they yelling for? And they're all praying that it isn't them, because it's one of those yes dear kind of moments, and you don't want to be the one, called into the kitchen with all the women folk. It's one of those situations. I'm telling you, I can see alternate universes. Because I'm telling you right now, I swear to Christ, I saw an alternate universe. I'm not kidding when I say this. And when I saw the situation, I knew instantly the backstory. I knew instantly when it happened, how it happened. I was sitting on the deck. This was in the summertime, I think. Had to be summertime, obviously. And I'm looking over at the pole barn, not the actual barn, but the pole barn. Because when you pull in, there's the house, and then right in front of you is the barn, and then off to the left, again, as you pull in, is the pole barn. Well, on the other end, there's these two slats that are off color. And because the whole thing is red, but these other two are just like this off color for whatever reason. I don't know if they faded or what. I don't know. Whatever. And I was looking out at that. It wasn't even like thinking. I was just like, and all of a sudden it was like this weird energy. Like, imagine like a black hole, or not a black hole, but like a Stargate kind of a thing. Like just a lot of energy, and it was like this wave. Like when sometimes you look out and you see like the heat like emanating. It was that kind of wavy. I saw it and I was like, it's like I peered into an alternate universe, and I swear to Christ, a Confederate flag painted on there, and it was faded. No joke. It's like I wasn't sitting there thinking, let's put Confederate flags on our fucking house. I saw it and I know who did it. The guy who used to rent the fucking barn painted it up there one night. Because he's, Republican and shit. And Graham wasn't, she didn't really. She's not a Republican, but she didn't really care for Confederate flag. I mean, I could see it, and I knew the back history of it. It's like, it was really fucking weird. It wasn't like my mind just was like playing tricks on me. I actually saw that shit. Like, I could see the X, the stars, and the whole red, white, and blue bullshit. And it's like, I saw it and I was like, oh, that guy did that. Because this was back probably, well, shit, my grandfather died in 93. So he was probably 99, 98, somewhere in there. Still, because they were renting out the farm to this one guy. So it was, actually, I think he may have been doing it. One of my grandfather was still alive. I think it may have been him. It was either that or somebody before him. I can't remember. Whatever. I had this vision, and it was like I saw like this alternate universe. And it, like I said, it was faded. Like you could barely tell it was there, but it was like you could still see it. And it was just really weird. Like I said, I have these visions where I see these alternate universes. Like I can't see myself though. That's the weird thing. I can envision myself. I can, or not envision, but I can, think of what I could be. But it's like I can't see myself. I can't see myself as anything other than what I am. It's like I see multiple versions of me exactly where I am, which is just weird. Like, I don't see that one version of me that's, you know, thin, successful, look like Tom Cruise, got a big dick, millions of dollars. I don't see that version. I believe it's out there. I think there's like one version of me that's out there, and this is out of like gazillion opportunities in the multiverse. I think there's like one or two that are like really like, holy shit, this guy's something special. The rest of them are just like struggling assholes, like struggling artist kind of shit. Whatever, man. Just constantly. I had this fucking dream one time. I swear to God, alternate universe dream. I don't know who this girl was, but it was like I felt the I don't know how to word it, but it was like I actually felt like this person really loved me. Like we loved each other. Like it was real. Like it was deep shit. Okay. I don't know who she was. I never met her day in my life. But in the dream, it was like, this is like really, really nice. It's like what it's supposed to be. It's really fucking weird. Really, 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 really weird. I can't really explain it. But it was like I said, I'd never seen her before, and I was like, I want to find this person. And it was like I knew she gave a fuck. It was like, and I was there with all my flaws. It was like, hey, you know what? And she's like, hey. It was weird because like it wasn't a sexual thing or anything like that. But I don't know. It was just a really weird fucking dream. A really fucking weird dream. Like I wish I had, I wish I had more dreams like that. Like shit, I'd like to go back to that place. Yeah, I do. I have weird, weird fucking dreams. Really weird fucking dreams. I dream about the Jew a lot. I don't know what the problem is with that. That's a that is a recurring dream. I don't know what is with her. It's all the same. It's been the same for like a long time. Like for some reason she had to come over to the house for some reason, and she had to stay here for a couple days, and it was just really weird. Like she was unsure about her relationship, and she needed somewhere to crash basically. She didn't know anybody, and it was like fine, it's just one of those. Fine, you do what you got to do. There's a spare bedroom. Go do whatever the fuck you got to do. It was just really weird, and out of place. It wasn't like, like oh, I get to have sex with her or something, or it was nothing like that. Like that, I can understand. I was like, yeah, let's go fuck, No, it was nothing like that. It was just, I don't know if it was just me being Mr. Helper or what, but the perfect friend who gets nothing out. No, not that I'm looking for anything, but you get what I mean. Like you know, always a bridesmaid, never a bride kind of a deal. I mean, that's what it felt like. And it's just constant. I did have dreams of the old woman multiple times. And in the dream, she would do everything in her power. Like, she was purposely making me angry in the dream. To the point where I would get so pissed off. And I actually said to her in the dream, I'm glad you're fucking dead. I don't think I said fucking, but I said, I'm glad you're dead. Because you're just absolutely going out of your way to piss me off. You're just antagonizing me to the point where you're just making me so angry that I'm glad you're fucking dead. And it was really a weird dream. Yeah, dude, I have crazy fucking dreams. The best ones are the ones I control, which are most of them I can actually control my dreams very well. Like dictate what's going on. And I'll tell you one thing though, speaking of getting a little weird here, a little tinfoil hatish, but I don't know. I don't know, man. Like sometimes I don't know. I don't know if it's my subconscious, if it's my conscious just playing stuff over, but like all of a sudden sometimes I'll hear things like in my head. Like I'll hear whole conversations in my head. Like, I don't know where they're coming from. I'm not thinking them up. Like, oh, there's two women and they're talking about shoes. No, it's like all of a sudden I'll hear something and it's almost like a radio, and I'm hearing mid conversation something, and I'm like, what is this? I mean, it's real. It in my mind it feels real. Like I'm picking up something somewhere else, and I don't know what it is. I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know what it's about. Or like sometimes I'll say, like in my head, I'll start almost like I'm starting to say something, and it'll just be weird. Like, oh, my shoes were, I have a pair of blue shoes, and it's just something weird like that, and it's like, what? Where is this stuff coming from? Why is my brain determining something stupid like that? Now I could sit there. I could see if I was sitting there like, oh gee, what am I doing for Red Dead Redemption? Whatever. But all of a sudden, it's like these conversations, and it's like I don't know who the people are, but it's like I'm there in a way. Like my mind is like leaving my body, and I'm not really leaving my body. Like I'm still conscious and shit, but it's like I don't know. It's like I'm playing something in my head that I don't believe is real, but it feels real. And these are conversations that are just happening. Like if I could take that and tap into it and make like a movie out of it, I think it would be really cool. Because it's like the whole thing just kind of plays itself out. I don't know. I can't explain it. It's really strange to me. It's just very strange. I mean, I can't think of a good example, but it happens every now and again. Where it's like these just like phrases will pop into my head, and it's almost like I'm saying them as someone, like if there was a reincarnation kind of a thing. Like I said something to someone in a past life or in a future life or something to that effect. And that's kind of what it feels like. But that's not what it is. I can tell that's not what it is because it's going on currently. Like it feels like what is being said is although I guess if my consciousness was reliving something, it would be in the moment at that moment. So it's like, oh yeah, I'm saying it in the moment, even though it could have been 100 years ago. But it felt like it was in the moment, at the moment it came into my head. So it's like if how do I word it? Like if I said that I was picking up on something somebody said in Kansas, okay, right now currently that would make sense. To me would make sense. Like yes, okay,